What is going on, everybody? 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐿 Invictus here, and we are here with Friday night game night, and we are playing more Wrath of the Righteous. Let me adjust my mic here a little bit. Make sure that I need to get a new something for my microphone here. Let me take a look, because I keep bumping the cord, and it's because of the way it's there. That gives me more room. I hate putting tension on that, though. Hold on. Don't mind me just trying to fix my mic so that I don't bump it, but at the same time I'm not destroying the cable. Hold on. I'm gonna mute myself. Be right back. All right, it sounds good. No, it sounded a little hollow. Because I am pretty... Man, this microphone is gonna... I can't wait till I build my new desk. What is going on, everyone? 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐿 Invictus here. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. Hold on. All right. Oh, much better. Yes. Much better. Okay, and I'm not going to hit the cord. That's the important thing. I hate bumping it because I know it sends shockwaves through. High 2, high 1. I zip-tied mine to the spine of my mic stand. Not super tight. Well, no, here's the problem. Okay, let me see if I can bring this into view here. It's kind of hard to see it. But my cable's coming up the arm this way, right? But the bottom of the mic, of course, is down here. And I need to get a 90-degree connector is what I need to do, so that I'm not putting tension right here at the base of the connector, the wire. So that way the wire can come straight this way, hook into the 90, which is a hard connection, and then go up into the mic. So that's ultimately what I want to do. Or just reposition the mic so it's not coming across the top of my damn keyboard. I could do that too. You know, but unfortunately, I need a bigger desk for that, because I need the mic to be coming from a side, either from this side or this side, not straight at me from underneath my monitor. So, and welcome, Mr. Faintour and Mr. Count 𝐚𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐿. Brief recap of what happened yesterday. We finally stormed Dresden. Okay, we marched our army as far as we could. We've destroyed every demon army that was currently on the map. Got rid of all that. The traitor Nura, we haven't found out that she's a traitor, but I know that she's a traitor only from what I've learned in the game. Nothing that I've read online. She had the alchemist fire on her belt, and our camp was burning. And gargoyles don't use flame, so it was kind of like an obvious thing there. Anyway, so we know that she's the traitor. She wanted us to come up through the dungeons. She knew of a secret passage into the dungeons. I figured that was a trap. We didn't do that. The Hell Knights wanted us to go after the giants with the catapults. We didn't do that either, because I didn't want to have Regil stuck in my party, because I haven't spec'd him or anything. So we literally went through the front gate with the rest of the Crusaders. Exactly, it's a trap. So as you can see, I've covered a lot of this map, but I haven't gone. We're way down here now, and I'm gonna backtrack all the way up here, and we're gonna go into the tavern, right? And then we're gonna work our way back down. There shouldn't be any fighting in here. This should all be clear because we've swept it all. But then we're going to stop here at Wilser, dump a bunch of stuff, and then we're going to go into the dungeons and figure out what trap Nura had for us. To the ruins, we'll check that out, and then we'll just keep working our way back around. Now that we've pretty much cleared this whole part of the map, now I want to hit all of these hot spots. I don't want to miss anything if we go into the temple, and the temple's the end. I don't know where the end of this siege is, but I'm assuming that it would be something like the temple that would be that. So yeah, we're gonna make our way back up here. Mine's basically the same way, but I have a loose loop up near the actual mic, but it's tied down at the base of the loop. I did have a loop. Matter of fact, if I pull this off here and then pull this out here, I actually had a loop here. So, but in an effort to keep it, because it's not actually here that's the problem. It's back here where the cable would be hanging down. That's the problem. But if I pull it to make it so that I could like tie it up, then it puts undue pressure on the cable. And this is like a 25-foot XLR cable, so I really don't want to screw it up. Because it was not cheap. Alright. And I don't want to have to make one. Because that means I have to find my soldering iron and all that shit, and only God knows where that is. So, how was your Friday? Or how is your Friday so far? Oh, and one other thing that I did off stream, because I'm trying to do that as little as possible. We just leveled up again. So I thought I would just knock that out. So I just leveled everyone up. And we grabbed some rest here at this camp. And so everyone's good to go. I got all their spells done and all that good stuff. But yeah. So let us head back up this direction. Ooh, everyone's like zippy. All right. I must have bumped some setting or something like that. I don't remember them moving that fast last night. That's all right. Yeah, see, that's about how they were moving last night. Not bad. Been very busy. Still have a few more things to do before I can be done. All right. Yeah, that's probably in Bag of Tricks and probably down here, movement speed. Yeah, that's probably, let's turn that down a notch or two. Now, travel speed, that adjusts the movement speed of your party on world maps. This adjusts your speed on area maps. Yes. Okay, so we'll leave both of those at 1.1. Oh, that's a little bit better. All right, we got someone in here. Critical sneak attack. That was from Ember. 𝐭𝐻 the gnawbone. All right, you guys get in here. Thank you. Dude, she's tearing it up with Snowball. I missed with Magic Missile. Wow. What do we got here? Belt of Physical Might +2. That's a plus for Strength and Con. That's kind of weak, don't you think? It's weak. Head out. Nice. Oh, lots of loots. Man, my ankle is still killing me. There we go. Alchemist shirt. This shirt grants its wearer immunity to nauseated condition and a +3 bonus on saving throws against acid. That's pretty cool.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Shadow Demon's Votary. Sick him. Oh, get him, he's tripped. Nice. I don't know what spell he cast on everyone, but yeah, we fixed that really quick. Ooh. Fracturing Battle Axe. What is this? However, this +2 Battle Axe lands a hit. The target must pass a Fortitude saving throw to suffer 1d3 Constitution ability damage. Nice. The problem with letting him run is that I could easily run past something that I shouldn't, you know? Cracked Steel Key. Crusader supplies? What's this? Supplies are efficient for a short rest. No, we do not need a short rest. We are good. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything here. Oh. Alright, we're done in the tavern, right? No other doors? That's just a regular old dagger. Alright. So now we want to come down here to the dungeon. Yeah, see, they're still moving quickly, but not as quickly as they were. Alright. So, in here... I know he's around here somewhere. There he is. Show me what you got. Bulk cell. Oh, 655 pounds worth of crap. Someone is shooting at you from behind. Oh no, that's just ambiance. That's not battle. That's just ambiance. Look at that. 22 Cold Iron Masterworks longswords. Sell them all. Nice. It's $5,000 worth of freaking longswords. Scimitar +1, hand axe +1, Finian, and fracturing battle axe. They are flaming arrows. But that's background noise because this is supposed to be a big battle. It's not like the battle's just going on around us. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's meant, that's why you hear fighting in the background too. They weren't specifically shooting at me is the point. It's just a thing that's happening. Trust me, I freaked out. There was something. No. Bracers of rough landing. Flying enemies. No thanks. Alright. Let's take a look in our armor and shields. We got mithril chain shirts. Sell those. And then this alchemist shirt. I suppose I could put it on. I don't think any of us are actually wearing a shirt. No. Cancel. Deal. Oh, almost 100,000 again. Good. Okay, if I go into inventory. Yeah, see, we have a shirt slot and then an armor slot. Now, of course, this is a robe, so it would go in the shirt slot. But if I came over to, like, Sela, she's wearing armor, but she could also put on a shirt underneath that. Yes, they're absolutely to steal CPU cycles. That's exactly what it is. Let's see, protection. Yeah, sure, protection from acid. Sounds good. Let's do it. There we go. Ta-da. Man, I'm serious. I don't know what I did to my ankle between 5 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. this morning when I was in bed. But it still hurts like a son of a bitch. Okay. So we could rest here. Again, we don't need to. Yeah, see, you can't see it now. But if we come back over here. Yeah, so you'll just see like arrows. Like that was an acid arrow. Now, if like a little fireball thing like that, if we were standing there, we'd take damage. which is so it's kind of funny. It's just this whole area thing that's going on. All right, to the dungeons. He did old age, or wait, no, it's probably not, actually. Oh my God, we can collect all of this stuff now. Oh, more scimitars. Oh, see, this is just stupid to give us this. I'm gonna literally collect all of that. And actually, it probably wouldn't let me collect it. Well, most of it anyway. Because I still have that filter on. Oh. Cultist Sniper. See? She wanted us to come down in here. This is how she wanted us to enter. Get him, Squeala. You came too late. Let me die in peace. Oh, insane prisoner.
I see your entrails, please.
What is he doing with shards of knight's bracers and potions? He's got pots on him. This item bears a trace of lost power. It seems you found a shard of a destroyed artifact. If you find all the fragments, an artisan with enough skill could restore it for you, aka the storyteller. Collect all, please. Alright, let's go kill this guy. That dude just like melted. Oh, got him. And here's where I screwed up. Last night, there was a way to get a Rouchelet now. Like, she could join our party now. And she could very well be the most OP character as far as companions go. Because I think her point buy is in the 30s, where everyone else is in the 20s. So her stats are just stupid crazy. But the problem is that by the time I remembered that there was something I needed to do in some other area, not here in Dresden, I was already in Dresden and I was locked into this, and I was not going to load all the way back to try and figure it out. Yeah, so I will be able to recruit her, just not right this second.
You are a Crusader, right? Did you come to free Dresden? My name is Rouchelet.
She is a succubus. She is a reformed succubus. You recognize her voice. It's the same woman who sent the message to Desna's priest in Canabras, warning of the impending demon attack. Who are you?
Your eyes do not deceive you. I am a demon. But I swear, I fight the forces of the abyss just like you. Desna helped me understand how disgusting the life of a succubus is. For the last few years, I've been passing the demon's plans to the Crusaders and running sabotage operations. I even tried to warn Canabras of the attack. That's what got me locked in this cage.
How badass. I mean, we had a spy in the demon ranks.
A demon on the path to redemption? If she's not lying, this is a true miracle. Of course, it's hard to trust a demon, but Goddess, I beg you, let this be true.
Why should I believe a demon?
You have no reason to trust me. I am a succubus, which means no matter how believable my words are, all of them could be a sweet lie. Even if I swear by Desna that I'm on your side, it would be wiser not to trust me. But I am not trying to lead you to evil. I won't promise an easy way to defeat the demons and then lead you into a trap. I am not offering any deals. I only ask for one thing. Let me out of this prison. I will leave and never bother you again.
Didn't you try to warn the people of 𝐂𝐚𝐧𝐽 about the attack?
Yes, that was me. Ever since I went over to the Crusaders' side, I've been sending them information about the demon's plans. Sadly, my warnings didn't help save 𝐂𝐚𝐽𝐽.
And she sounds hot, too. All the voice actors are fantastic. Oh, and by the way, I learned today that the demon Monago, the chick with no eyes, that is the same voice actress that played Lindsay in Kingmaker. And you would not know it by listening to her. So bravo. All right, you're free.
I get it. Taking pity on monsters and freaks is just something you do. Not that I'm complaining, of course.
Fly away. Fly free, you beautiful, scary butterfly.
See, Ember, oh my god.
Thank you. I will not ask you for anything else, and I will offer nothing in return. You'd only think I was trying to hurt you. I will leave, and you will never see me again.
Yes, the beloved Lindsay. That's exactly how you're supposed to say that, right? All right. See, I wish I had the option right here. No, don't go away. Join me. You can replace Lan. I'm replacing one monster for another.
Farewell.
All right. Oh, hello. A prophet of Baphomet.
Go for their hearts.
God damn it. Get in here. God damn it. There we go. Alright. Woo. Yeah, see, look, spots over here. Half the damn team's over here. No one wanted to go in there. You tell him, Squeala. More magic essence. Quick death. It's a javelin. +2 javelin deals an additional 5 damage on a first hit against a new target. That's cool. Hit them once and don't let them get back up. I'm telling you. Now, oftentimes you'd want to use a doorway because then you could use it as a funnel for them. Make them come to you kind of a thing. But we literally spawned right up in his butt cheeks. To the ruins. Well, the ruins is actually the next place that we were going to go. Let's get everyone in here. All right. Make sure we didn't miss... Well, it's kind of hard to tell if we missed anything else. But, oh, that's what I want to do, is a heal.
The world's not ending just yet.
There we go. Give us one more. Perfect. He is actually, as much of a dick as he is, he's a fantastic healer. I mean, he very much reminds me of, oh, what's his name? From Pathfinder, or from Kingmaker. Yeah, see, we didn't miss anything. It only... £5, but it's only worth 1 gold. Yeah, no thanks. £10, only worth 4 gold. No, we're done. Need to have skills to go through life being that much. Yeah, exactly. And I was looking at a bunch of different builds. I was looking at a bunch of different builds for him on YouTube and different websites and stuff. And all of them, you know, after playing with him and stuff like that, after we lost Bull Jeff, I was like, why wouldn't you just spec him into a healer oracle? I mean, he's better than the damn cleric. Hey, Pickle Slayer 69, and welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so the ruins were very, very small, apparently. So we've been there. We've got all these. So now we need to go to the barracks. Oh man, that just totally hit us all. This is where we came through, right? Oh, nasty. Yeah, that's where we came through with the Crusaders. So this was our initial entry point. What's over here? Oh, where'd you come from? Screw you and your phantasmal shit. Phantasmal web. It was like, yeah, wait, they were ruined. Nice. It was kind of like not necessarily corpses, but maybe pieces of bodies. Yeah. So there's no way to get to the guys with the catapults yet, is there? See, they're up here. How do we get up here? So we have to get inside the castle. Okay, so can we get here? Ooh, no. Storming these gates under catapult fire is impossible. Yeah, but the catapults are on the other side of that. Just saying. All right, and this is where we started this evening. Yep. Nothing back there. We already covered the grave, so let's get out. Oh my god. There's a lot of crap going on here. So into the church or the temple, yeah. Spaghetti and corpse balls. That's about it. All right, to the temple we go. Corpse balls. It's what's for dinner. Yeah, your spell didn't work, dude. Alright, what am I out? Oh, look at that. I'm out of first level magic missile. I guess I'm going to second level magic missile. You're gonna cast? There we go. Anything good? No, these guys all got crap on them. We are overpowering them. Commander, victory will be ours. Mad Kellid. Oh, great. That's what we need is barbarians. Oh, look at that crit. Granted, it was reduced, but still. Where'd it go? There it is. Lan. Dude. I was only reduced by 3. That's not bad. He hit for 48. That's fantastic. Oh, he had a bunch of stuff on him. Let's see what we got. Alright, Armor of Dispersion. Every time an enemy confirms a critical hit against the wearer of this +2 hide armor, that enemy is affected by the equivalent of the Dispel magic spell. Wow. The other white meat? Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. Cloak of Blood Scent. Whenever the wearer of this Cloak of Resistance is under a rage effect, they gain a +2 attack bonus on attack rolls against wounded enemies. We get some potions and a great axe +1. Alright, sounds like a bunch of great stuff to sell. She sucks with lore religion checks. I have to remember whenever it's lore religion, save it so we can save scum that shit. She has a +14 modifier. She needed to roll a 6 or better, and she rolled a 4. Yeah, the cloak was good too, but unfortunately I don't have anyone that rages, so. Wisdom. And unfortunately, her wisdom's only 13. You know, and well, see, Lan has a 19 wisdom, but unfortunately he's my mobility athletics guy, perception guy. So, but after we get a Rochelet, I'll be speccing her into some stuff too, because I know that her stats are much stouter than the other companions are, so. Alright, anything else in here? No? Oh, got a door over here.
Yet another obstacle.
Yeah, that's it. Just stand there. There we go. Alright, got another key.
Forwards? No, backwards.
All right, Pickle. Thanks for stopping by. All right, Marcus. So we're the barracks. That's the only other place that we haven't been. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Everyone squeeze in. This is ridiculous. There we go. Man, a lot of babu in here. All right, what else? Oh. Where's this go? To the roof. To the windows. To the walls. Where's this go? To the balcony. Let's go to the balcony first. I know, right? I'm glad he's not any bigger. Oh. All right, that's it. Oh, got a pile of loot over here. Bone meal. Where? Oh. Okay. So we could have gotten to the roof if we came over here and made this mobility check up to here. Okay. I'm with you now. Picking up what you're putting down. Squeala, you cannot fit up there. Big old fat pig. Oh, it's you. Well, that was easy enough. Alright, go tend to your wounds. Alright, so now I'm confused. Okay, we went there. We went here to the barracks. We went to the ruins. We went to the dungeons. We went to the tavern. What am I missing? Why did I feel like the ruins were really small? Alright. Come on, chop chop, let's go. Waiting on Squeala to make her way down the stairs. At least Squeala's not a cow. Cows can't walk downstairs. You can take them upstairs, but not downstairs. Can we get through this gate? No? Oh, what was this? A whole lot of nothing. Nope, nothing there either. Axiomatic quarterstaff +1. Alright, that's not very exciting, is it? Count companion would be amazing. Yeah, that would be fun. And it gives you like the milk is like a healing potion. Oh, can we go up this way? No. Okay. Oh, but we can go maybe up here. I remember coming through this direction. There we go.
Spirits demand your blood.
I just shot that thing point blank in the face with magic missile. Alright, get back on it, boys. All four of you. Why did it pause? Bunch of dretches. I've become confused. Hey, we made it over. That's like 3 points, right? All right, guys, get back up here. All right. Oh my god. Good. Now the whole party's made it back up here. There we go. It's silly. We see them coming, but we can't shoot at them with arrows while they're still in the air. That doesn't make any sense. Tiger is my favorite companion, though. Ever since they introduced him in Kingmaker, I'm so glad that he made it into Wrath of the Righteous. Don't you be shaking on Squeala. Squeala, you're looking pretty bad. It's alright. Oh, what's wrong with you now? Wisdom damage. The wisdom of pigs? Is that what we're talking about here? Alright, not going any further that way. There, now we can add Squeala back in. Evoker Dretch. Evoker, please. He's down to 4. Yeah, that'll be fine. How's she doing? Let's give her a little burning arc. Oh, that was short-lived. Oh, wait. Save. Alright. There are 3 little keyholes in the wall, barely noticeable among the stones. Well, I have the keys, don't I? Or maybe I don't. Maybe I only have 2 of them. I know I've picked up at least 2 of them. Scimitar of Wind. Yeah, all these scimitars I'm hanging on to for Selah. Because on her path, she's ultimately going to be focusing on scimitars. All right. Can we do something from... Oh, we can. We're absolutely doing that. Yeah. Two more. Can we destroy this? Can we do anything with it? No? God, could you imagine being on a castle wall and seeing a damn velociraptor running at you? Under the gates. Alright, let's do that. I'm assuming. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let me, Oh yeah, no kidding. Didn't even see the trap. Wow. All right. Real quickly, we'll go through. So Seela, she is running as a paladin, but as you can see, I've mixed in Beast Rider, Stigmatized Witch, Rowdy, to give her some variation there. And primarily, she's going to run Paladin now until level 14, when she's going to Lore Master. And Vital Strike is something that she's going to be using, and she's going to be using it with the scimitars, just because of the wide crit range that we're just going to totally rip open. She's going to be critting from it's like 11 or 12 to 20. And so yeah. And with all of her paladin, saves and stuff like that, armor class at 32. So yeah, this armor class is much, much better. See, look, we got +2 for Ice Plant. We picked up a Lizard Familiar. We're picking up Dodge. And then, of course, we got Shield Focus and her armor and stuff like that. So we're picking up more natural armor. So she's not just armor class. That's why we dipped into things like Stigmatized Witch and stuff like that. Rowdy gives her a chance for sneak attack damage, and sneak attacking without flanking is going to be fantastic since she is our tank. Well, her and Squeala are our tank. They're a duo of tanksters. Camellia, we are running as a cult leader. So it very lore friendly with her. Lunatics, obsessives, so in that frame. And it really kind of opens up her abilities as well. Lan, I actually took him from Zen Archer into a Crusader, because that, again, fitting with what he was he wanted to be a Crusader. Crusader really opens him up. He's still running all natural as far as his AC and stuff, but being ranged, I'm not worried about a high AC for him. But Crusader just gives him more abilities. Now he's picked up War Domain. He's turned into somewhat of a healer, he can channel positive energy, has his own animal. So, yeah, kind of expanding upon him. Darren, Oracle all the way, Healer Oracle all the way. Like we were talking about when you first showed up, I think that, from what I've seen anyway, he's the best healer in the game. And then Ember, we are going Firestarter. She is our Pyromaniac. So we are in the middle of running her through all 10 levels of Arcane Trickster, which is why we picked up the level of Vivisectionist, so that we could get the stats that we needed for Arcane Trickster. And she is going to be completely fire-based. And Yeah, so. And then there's me. I'm just a level 9 sorcerer. I'm undead bloodline. Working my way toward Lich. So that's the party that I'm running with. Of course, you know, we have Squealo the Boar and Spot the Raptor. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm taking the party right now. Ultimately, I know that, like, I'm going to lose Seela. I know that. I don't know if I'm going to lose anyone else, though, depending on choices that I make, of course, along the way, when I go full Lich. So, but by that point, I may be running with a full undead companions anyway, and only bringing these guys along to do their story quest. So, but yeah. The idea is probably ultimately endgame running nothing but undead companions. You hear the creaking of opening gates somewhere nearby. All right, cool. But I know it's not until like the end of Act 4 or Act 5 where I would lose Seela. So, oh my god, let's squeeze some more people up here, huh? Oh no, Squealo went down. Dude, that little raptor is badass. I know, right? Alright, loot this guy. We're fighting again? Oh, dad joke. Hold on. I had to reformat everything, so I have to pull up dad joke. Normally it would pop up and read it automatically, but... Oh, I know one. What is the state with the smallest soft drinks? Minnesota. Yeah, there you go. Minnesota. If that's not a dad joke, I don't know what is. Alright, loot him while we're here. Got a rock up here? Jesus. Talk about no room. Look, poor Spot. He's just running around in circles. Alright, if I'm holding a crossbow, that means I've run out of magic missiles. And she's only got one burning arc left. I love the bodies falling off the wall. That's fantastic. The joke landed. Oh, nice. Alright, so can we come down now? Did we get everything up here? I think we did. Alright, come along, everyone. Yeah, we could probably use a rest here. Who else do we have here? Just Irabath? Apparently we don't get to rest here. That's alright. Was this the gate that opened? Oh, that's the gate we already came through. And then we came this way. So before we go up the stairs, let's come over here. Oh, hold on. Loot box. Alright. Everyone gather up here. Land. There we go. Alright. Can't go through that door, so it's just this one over here then. Is it here? Yep. Again to the ruins. Yes, I love the ragdoll. It's fantastic. Alright.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Won't survive me.
Come on. There we go. It's not good when my tank gets stuck in the back. Triceratops statuette. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay. That's horrible. Can we fix that? There we go. It's better than me. All right, looks like I'm running. Oh, I'm not worried about corruption at all. Cool. I doubt we'll have any issues with watch, but there we go.
Isn't it strange that we who move in the upper echelons of society have been obliged to mix with such diverse rabble?
Just look upon it as a trip to a menagerie, my kind lady. I personally plan to regale my acquaintances with tales of this folly for years to come.
Nice. Yay. We should probably save.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Hey, look, our morale's finally, they're still coming up. It got really, really bad out there. I was doing a bunch of army stuff, but I wasn't heading toward Dresden. I was taking care of all the other demon armies on the map. And my morale started dropping bad.
This way.
All right.
I'll make short work of them. Never my legs.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, everyone come out here. No craziness. Camellia, come on.
I am helpful, am I not? I am helpful, am I not?
Oh, you're helpful. And you just love reminding me how helpful you are.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Ooh. We always like more gold. Man, Spot can spin like a top. Have we been here before? I think we have, yeah. How did we miss? I don't know. Demons did their best to try and destroy all places of worship of the good God, so they loathe. They so loathe. Oh, hello. Rod of Mysticism. Rod grants the wielder the ability to cast up to 3 spells from Oracle Cleric spell list per day that are maximized as though using the maximized spell feat. This rod can be used with spells of 6th level or lower, only on Oracle or Cleric can wield. Maximize spell, all variable numeric effects of the spell modified by this feat are maximized saving throws and opposing rolls not affected, nor are the spells without random variables. So obviously we'll give that to Dayrun. What was this letter? Oh yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's... I don't think we need anything. It's great filler, though. Okay, hold on. We're going to read at least this last paragraph. Did you know what a person cooked alive for 3 days smells like, Galfrey? Oh, I totally need to read this whole thing now. Oh my god, this sounds awesome. Lady Galfrey, Dresden has fallen. The city is lost, and may you be damned. May you be damned for sending us here, for not telling us what the worst fate isn't death, for promising the protection of your holy banner, which didn't save us from the monsters, for not being with us. Where were you when the squad of smiling knights was dying, but did not cry for mercy, but held the pathetic little street leading to the temple? Where were you when our blood filled the gutters and mixed with the sewage? Where were you when our will and our spirit was broken, beaten, and left sobbing like a dwarf wench? Your throne is built upon the corpses of knave fools and adventurers hungry for glory. I realized this when the demons brought Commander Verstal into the square and threw him into 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻's healing font, and then lit a fire beneath it. The commander was boiled alive for 3 days, while 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻's once merciful but now cruel blessing prevented him from dying. His skin was covered with blisters and slid off his flesh. We stood in the square and watched, the cold wind torturing our own naked bodies. Our blood flows from our wounds as if trying to flee this horrible place. Deprived of water, our throats crack and bleed. Deprived of food, our stomachs dry out and wither. For 3 days, the commander could not die. His meat grew gray and smelled so sweet, I hated myself for wanting to taste it. Commander Verstal stopped screaming by the first midnight. By dawn, he could only grunt. On the 3rd morning, the stern man, who had no mercy for himself or his enemies, was crying like a baby. His tears were endless. He was literally cooking in them. Then the fount finally cracked, and he died. The new ruler of Dresden, the demoness 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻, dined on his flesh, but she was not greedy. Each of us prisoners, tortured with hunger, received a piece of the commander. Do you know what a person cooked alive for 3 days smells like, Galfrey? Writing this pains me greatly. Some terrible insect stung my hand during the battle. Now it has swelled to twice its normal size, and it's the color of raw beef. The skin is also about to burst. The heat is melting me, body and soul, but I wish to finish this letter so you will know all, because there will be at least one drop of justice in this, if you are brought to understand what has happened to us because of you. When I finish writing, the demon will send the letter to you with the last of the charmed doves you gave to Commander Verstal. They ate the others. This letter will earn me a chance. I will crawl at their feet and beg for mercy. I will give any oath, because I cannot take it anymore. Enough is enough, and may you be damned. Not your loyal servant anymore, Knight German. Wow. That's insane. Yeah, we don't need to rest here. Yeah, see, how did we miss this before? Yeah, I don't know how we missed the rest of the ruins, but because this should take us back down to the first level, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally mistaken. Yep, took us back down to the first level. Yeah, that's an incredibly gruesome. The writing in this game is so fantastic. The problem is they love writing. And sometimes they just go on and on and on. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. That was just weird. Save it, just in case. Okay. So, now we need to head over here. Oh, look at that chest down there. Oh. Wow. She's really, really talented. Who's this? Fallen Crusader. That's a big bug. Herald of Pain. Whenever the wielder of this +2 cold iron dueling sword confirms a critical hit with it, target becomes sickened. Cool. Alright, how about over here? Nope. Alright. Alright, what are we going to be fighting this time? Oh, those guys took a fireball straight to the head.
Save the last one for me.
Uh-oh. There we go. Whoa. Not cool. Did you get him, Squeala? Get up here, Beth. Man. All right, guys, keep going. We're through. I love how we just have like a little kitty cat just following us around. Let's give her one more. There we go. Yeah, see, I knew she was the traitor. Oh, let's try this. Hey, you, demons, think about it. Who are you more afraid of? Him or me? Aw, damn it. It's a shame that the background noise is not background noise right now. All right. Everyone on him. Come on, guys, get in here. Let's go. Ouch. Who the hell was that? Is that Grave War? Alright, everyone. Gather around. More heals for everyone. We'll call that good enough. And save. And, oh my god. It's a little bit better. Alright, who are we supposed to be talking to? So we can rest here. We can talk to 𝐿𝐴 𝐵𝐿. So let's do that. Nothing else, just to empty 435 pounds off of us. Okay. Do we need to rest here? I don't think we do. How's she looking? She still has her snowball. I don't think we're gonna rest. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Might as well rest. Let's just do it. It's not like we're on a clock here. Yeah, that 26 DC is brutal. That'll help a little bit. See, lore religion. I need to really... Well, I mean, she's got a plus 13. I don't know what more I can do.
But really, what's it like? Like an ordinary human organ? Or is it like a lizard's? Is it forked? By my reckoning, it should at the very least be longer than a normal human's.
All right. Give over. You won. Yeah, look. You happy now? Perfectly normal human tongue.
Nice. All right.
You're gonna save the world.
And it automatically triggered the save, so thank you for that. Ellen of the Hound Hearts. Oh, you're here. No one else really. We'll talk to Greyboar. Dark-haired dwarf panting shoots you. We didn't on this playthrough. We didn't actually get to see him because we didn't get to the tower until after the defense of the bar, so he wasn't there. So this is literally the first time we're meeting him. Who are you? You have a poor memory for faces. You would make a lousy assassin. I'm Greyboar, a bounty hunter. Oh, maybe we did. Maybe it was on my personal playthrough that I missed him. All right. Why'd you attack that demon? I've been paid for his head. Were you really going to kill a Balor with a dagger? I'd think again before laughing at me and questioning my competence. Clearly the dagger was charmed. It was supposed to take Darazan's life almost instantly, but the one who gave me that weapon bungled things somehow, and my quarry was able to escape. Damn it. I guess I'm going to go, it doesn't really matter, because again, that's a lateral shift, and I'm looking for vertical ones. So I'm not laughing at you, I'm admiring you. That was a spectacular entrance. Dwarf bows his head politely. Who's your client? I'm afraid that's confidential. Fight for me. Not sure you can afford my services, and right now you're better off with a unit of infantry than an expensive loner like me. Alright, no time for chatting. I'm not sure you have anywhere to rush to. The gates are blocked, and it would take an eternity to clear the rocks away. It's unlikely you'll be going any further than this courtyard for the foreseeable future. Unless you're insane enough to enter with a small number of companions. There are several passages in the fortress on the walls meant for archers, but they're all bottlenecks. If all your soldiers try to rush in there, the demons will slaughter them, but a small group of skilled warriors stands a chance if they can climb the wall and enter the fortress relying on their wit and their skills. Thanks for telling me how to go forward. Alright, let's make sure we're not missing any loots. Down here. Where exactly is that loot?
This way.
That's crazy. All right, so we're not getting up those stairs. How about over here? Yep. All right. So Pickle, are you running with any mods?
I am helpful, am I not?
What the hell was that?
I will fight.
Shall we move? We shall move.
All right. All right.
Forwards. No, backwards.
Everyone get down here.
I hope you appreciate this.
All the loots. Have a mod that adds more character portraits. All right. Yeah, I'm running that. That's how I got mine. I'm also running, I have Toy Box installed, but it's just quality of life stuff, like the fact that, and then I also have expanded inventory. That's another big one. But Toy Box is lighting up the magical items and giving them a ranking from uncommon all the way up to like epic or mythical. Just so I can look and go, okay, this is a much better weapon, a much better scimitar than this green one is. So, and then enhanced inventory is fantastic. Allows you to search the inventory. There's more things that you can search by or kind of filter down. Like if I had any books that I absolutely needed to read to give me the bonus stats, then unread documents. So it's all kind of like quality of life stuff. Nothing that would change the game as far as like difficulty and stuff like that. It's just making it nicer, I suppose. But yeah, no, there's some great portrait packs too. 𝐚𝐻𝐿. What? An old woman, half-elf by her appearance, hangs limp in the shackles. Her head is slumping down to her chest, and strands of dirty gray hair cover her face. Her rags don't conceal the poor woman's horrible condition. Her body's covered in old scars and fresh wounds. A piece of flesh that has been torn from her left leg, and there are numerous fang marks on her arms. Her right wrist appears to have been gnawed, and the hand has withered. It's hard to believe that life still lingers in such a mutilated body, but the woman raises her head with effort. Clear blue eyes stare back at you from under her gray eyelashes. Crusaders? Here? I thought I was delirious when I heard the sounds of a battle. After so many years, are you really retaking Dresden? Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Shit, I'm rocking like 8 or 9 books already. Who are you? How'd you end up here? My name won't mean anything to you. It's been so many years. My name is 𝐚𝐻𝐿. I used to be the Knight of the Citadel when Dresden was still a proud Crusader stronghold. On the day Dresden fell, I was covering the refugee retreat. Alas, I was taken alive by the spawn of the Abyss as they flooded the city. Ever since then, I've been locked up here, within these walls that were once my home, now a prison and a torture chamber. 𝐚𝐻𝐿, why that name is remembered through Mendev to this day. Friends, we're in the presence of a living legend, or rather, a half-living one. 𝐚𝐻𝐿, oh, I know that name. They used to have marches in the river city in her honor, but that was a very long time ago. It must be so strange to feel alive when you've been dead to the world for so long. You've been in this dungeon since the day Dresden fell, sister? But that's over 70 years. 𝐚𝐻𝐿 herself? You don't know me, although I didn't mind meeting you, but I went to your memorial service. It was painful for everyone, but your memory brought people together. Many say that we can't give up because 𝐚𝐻𝐿 didn't give up until the end. So all this is not in vain. Only I thought you were younger. You are not forgotten. Your comrades spread word of your heroism. You're still honored among the Crusaders. I would ask how that could possibly help me now, but it would be wrong, wouldn't it? All our lives we are told that memory is better than oblivion, and respect is better than scorn. It will be interesting to feel like a hero everyone admires and holds up as an example. Remembering the Crusaders of the past was the only thing that saved my people from becoming completely feral. Our tribe was forgotten by everyone, but we kept the memory of the Crusades alive. Without it, we would have just perished in the dark. And it would have been no great loss. Wow, Camellia. So you saw Dresden before its fall, and the Sword of Valor in the days of the First Crusade. Oh yes, I saw all that. The walls of the citadel seemed indestructible, like mountains, but they were not Dresden's true defenses. The sword was. It alone weakened the demons and stopped them from teleporting here freely. It gave the defenders here hope. So it was until the ambitious and arrogant young Staunton brought the city to ruin. He stole the banner and doomed Dresden to fall. Staunton was once a strong fighter, the bane of demons, but he became the executioner of his comrades. Such things happen. Do you know where the Sword of Valor is? I feel its presence even now when the sword is weak and dormant. It is near, in this very citadel. There is a passage from my prison to it. Keep going through the dungeon and you'll find the banner. Why did the demons do all this to you? The demons, if you think about it, they're interesting creatures. They appeared when mortal souls touch the fabric of the abyss, and they always carry it with them, the imprint of humanity. It's distorted, but visible. You might expect entirely inhuman thought and action from the spawn of the plane of primal chaos, but in fact, they're often mundane and relatable. And one of their manifestations of this deep humanity is the demon's love of trophies. I'm one such trophy, a living reminder of the day that they washed over the strongest Crusader fortress like a tidal wave and turned it into their den. I'll help you. Yeah, see, ultimately I'm moving toward evil because, well, you gotta be for Lich. But I know that the Lich path is going to take me that direction, so I don't need to be like a total dick and leave her here like this. So yeah. Really? A crossbow? Thank you. After so many years, finally. I have to go. Stay here and wait for help. My people will find you when the city has been freed. All right. We'll talk to you later. See you later. All right. And we keep going. And that's a trap. Everyone hold. Save. Hold. All right.
You can trust
Amelia. Here. Nice and easy now, girl. I need to set off the trap.
I am helpful, am I not?
Yes, you are. Alright, let's first bring everyone in.
The heartbeat quickens.
Nice.
What's that there?
What's on your mind? I wonder. I am helpful, am I not?
Trapped and locked.
I hope you appreciate this.
What is that? Oh, what did we get? Mental flow. Intelligence and charisma. Nice. Oh, I turned on the lights, apparently. It's the banner. Fan-frickin-tastic. Okay, so before we can... Oh, I guess we can't go that way anymore, right? Let's just double check. We're not going this way. Okay, so we do need to go back the other direction. Good. Oh, another thing that, let's see, someone that can go to usable. I have Ember selected. So it's highlighting the scrolls that she can actually put into her spellbook. So Scroll of Heal. And then it unhighlights it when she's made that copy. So that makes it super easy for your spellcasters that can actually do that. As As a sorcerer, I can't. But yeah, like when I'm running with when I have Woljif in the party, you know, it'll light up all green all the scrolls that we pick up. It's all about quality of life. Can we go through this door? No? Okay. Make sure we didn't miss anything here. We did not.
I am helpful, am I not?
It's a lot of potions.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Oh, hello.
I'll hit you!
Hand axe +1, huh? Alright, before we go down any stairs, let's get everything on this level.
I am helpful, am I not?
Oh, there's a loot here. Bastard Sword of Hope. Damn it. Bastard Sword? That's an exotic weapon proficiency. Alright. Before we hit that check, let's drop a save. Remains of unknown warrior exude a holy aura. His death at the hands of the demons was a martyr's death. The corruption of the abyss retreats in the face of the cleansed relic's sanctifying power. Oh boy, what do we got here? Alright, Knowledge Arcana. Save it.
Did I fail?
Yes, you failed. Stupid. I should have looked to see how bad that check was. Ooh, that's taking a little bit to load. It's a DC 22. Come on, she rolled a 2. God.
I did it. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's good. The pain and fear of the people who died here are powering an evil magic which fills the citadel with whispers of madness. Cool. Alright, let's see what we got going on over here. Fervent whispering and concentrated around the stone. A multitude of voices whisper prayers to several gods at once, both the perished and the living. A crude inscription is carved on the stone. Pray with us, it reads. Fervent whispering is concentrated on the stone. A multitude of voices speak several ancient languages at once. A crude inscription is carved on the stone. Talk to us, it reads. Fervent whispering is concentrated around the stone. A multitude of voices whisper spells of dispel and banishment magic, pronouncing them erratically, halting, then trying again. A crude inscription is carved on the stone. Repeat after us. Okay. Drop another save. 3 in one room. It's a lore religion. She failed it. I'm not even going to bother with that. 𝐂𝐴, you suck. All right. So this is a lore religion, and it is, oh, okay, it's a 30 check. To be fair, that's pretty stout. Yeah. For the 14 modifier, 30 is a pretty hard roll. Alright, but DC 21 for Knowledge World I should be able to pull that myself. Character. Knowledge World, no, not me. Darren. Yeah. Plus 14. We'll try that one. Oh god, we have to do all of these? Save.
I did it. It happened.
Nice. Good job. Save. Alright. Hold on. Hold on. Inventory. Usable. Where did all my stuff go? Oh, that's not cool. Did everyone lose their stuff? No? She still has the imp. He still has the head chomper. It was just my stuff. Just the main character stuff. Because I'm missing Tiger. I mean, Tiger's running around. Yeah, there's Tiger. But Tiger is on my belt. Can I search for Tiger? Nope. So that I had the some little artifact thing that you could use it and get a +5 circumstance bonus to any skill check. And I had it right here. Wow, that's a big bug. That's not cool at all. That sucks. All right. So I need something to boost her wisdom. So
We'll make things right.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
no.
I'll watch your back.
I will help.
None of you have it, really? Do I? No, I have Fox's Cunning. Alright, maybe she can drink a scroll, or drink a spell, or a potion. Jesus. So yeah, I'm really bummed that I'm now missing crap. That's not cool. Bear's Endurance, Fox's Cunning. Once per day, the statuette allows the owner to summon a temporary Triceratops animal companion. Yeah, no. If the owner doesn't have an animal companion, uses the owner's character level -4 as the effective druid level. Yeah, okay. So I don't have. Do I have it as a scroll? I am not seeing it.
Seek fluid intake.
Thank you for that. There it is. Oh, shit. Let's try this again. Oops, sorry about that. So I wonder if there's a way. I'm going to have to look that up. Okay. Sela. Can you read that? No, you cannot. Where did it go? I'm guessing not, because she can't. Oh, there it is. Oh, she can. All right, +3. We should have a. That's intelligence, charisma. I don't know that I have one that's charisma, nothing. No. Wisdom. Try that again. Oh, it's the same as the spell. Yep. All right. So we'll put that back on her. There we go. All right.
No reason to pause.
You got this. You only need 16 or better.
Well, they will break against our
And nope.
This was simple enough.
Got it. Oh, nice. We did it. Yay. Set your content channel to auto post. All right. Oh, there it is.
I am helpful, am I not?
All right. So now it looks like we're going, excuse me, going down anyway.
Save the last one for me. I'll cut you wide open.
Into the fray.
This way.
I hope you appreciate this.
Rabid underdog. Need an energy drink. All right. Sounds good. A heavy pick. All right. Joran Vane.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Staunton's brother. So this has been making all the noise around here. Well, come on in, have a seat. What are you doing here? What I do everywhere. I forge metal. Everyone can fight, right? Breaking, destroying anyone you ask. They're ready to do it. Creating things, on the other hand, that takes a little extra knack. How did you get here? Well, you know, my brother is here. You know him, Staunton. Yes, I know there's a noose waiting for him in 𝐂𝐴𝐵𝐴 for treason. I told him not to get involved with that crazy woman, but when did he ever listen to me? When did he? The horned wench promised him heaps of gold, and he believed her. So he came here with her. He's some sort of military leader here, but there's no one to lead except for all sorts of vermin. And to everyone, he's a traitor worse than Areelu, but to me, he's still my brother. I couldn't leave him. Bad lot that he is. I followed him, tried to talk him out of it, but it didn't work. He wouldn't listen. Now I've taken up here, working like I do. I understand. Family's family. Is Staunton here? Where else could he be? Not in 𝐂𝐚𝐽, that's for sure. Of course, he's done things in the past, but the Crusaders just never cut him any slack. He tried for a decade to atone for what he did, then 2 decades, then 3, half a century, and still they treated him like dirt. So my brother lashed out. He did a bad thing, sure, but who wouldn't in his place? He's not made of stone or copper, even if he is a dwarf. He could have moved away. I'm just saying. The crazy eyeless hag with horns, she got into his head. Demons are like that, you know, they can tempt. Among the Crusaders, my brother was the lowest of the low, but here he commands power and respect, and he doesn't think of the cost. Until today, 𝐚𝐻𝐿 was kept and tortured here. She was the hero of the first Crusades and your friend. How could Staunton stand by and let that happen? What? We thought 𝐚𝐻𝐿 was dead. My brother mourned her death as much as the fallen of Dresden. She couldn't be here. My brother would have known. He would have known something. Go and talk to her if you don't believe me. I have to choose whether I believe you or trust everything I know and love about my brother. I'll choose the latter. Staunton wouldn't allow 𝐚𝐻𝐿 to be treated cruelly, and that means you're either lying or mistaken. You may have noticed lately that your brother has changed somewhat. Befriending demons leaves its mark. I fear his personal moral standards may have dropped. If I had to be more precise, I'd say they're currently hovering somewhere around the level of the abyss. I don't believe it. Demons are bad enough, but Staunton torturing 𝐚𝐻𝐿? Listen, I know my brother. I know how low he's fallen, but that simply isn't possible. We're storming Dresden. We've nearly conquered the city. You're free. Am I? See for yourself. I'm not wearing any shackles. What keeps me here is stronger than chains. It's called brotherly love, and you can't free me from it. Even Staunton himself couldn't break it, no matter how hard he tried. That is a fantastic forge, by the way. So it turns out I'm stuck here. Where my silly brother goes, I go. All right, gotta go. Wait. Your cause is good, and I like you. But blood is thicker than water. Of course, Staunton is wholly to blame, and his sentence is fair. But a brother's a brother, and I won't let anyone kill him. You'll have to kill me first. Ah, come on, Joran. In 𝐂𝐚𝐽, I had a rapier that was made by you. It was a fine piece, and you made the best knives in the city, sharp, easy to clean. It'd be a shame to leave Dresden without its master craftsman. But if you wish to die alongside your useless brother, we will respect your wishes. I understand. That means I'm going to have to kill you. Of course, it's regrettable. But what's the point of being sorry after all is said and done? But why do we have to fight, Mr. Joran? You're so good. In the River City, I loved going to your forge in winter to warm myself. I'd sit and listen to your anvil sing its song. Ting, ting, ting. And you never chased me away. You even gave me bread sometimes, or a candy. And now you want us to kill you? Why? Sometimes good people have to kill each other. It's just our lot. Nothing we can do about it. I generously toss crust to a little beggar girl, while at the same time helping my demon-collaborating brother, whose actions have led to the deaths of entire families. Aren't I just a bleeding heart? The thought of you going to your grave wallowing in your own self-righteousness is enough to turn my stomach. I do so regret that we will not kill Staunton first. I should have liked to see your reaction, Smith. Be a good sport, die whimpering, knowing that your brother was the demon's plaything and that you were the hypocrite who helped him. You'll both make a fine feast for the worms, at least. Enough talk. Words don't change what happened next. Defend yourself. Oh, nice. Yeah, your spells didn't help you there, Joran. Anything good? Ring of Protection +1. Ugh, garbage. Not garbage, but breastplate, warhammer. Yeah, it's all normal stuff. The air of the forge is heavy with the supernatural power coming from the anvil. The heat that pulses through the forge is not the heat of an ordinary fire. It's not an ordinary forge. Look at that thing. Nothing? No little secret little gems hidden?
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards! Trail me.
Simple straw bed made to last, built with dwarven solidarity. Get him! Alright, one good axe, one bad axe. Alright, we got all that stuff. Oh, got us another trap.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
Seek fluid intake.
Whew, scared the crap out of me. Actually, I'm going to do that because my cup is almost empty. And then we're going to take a very quick break. So tonight the role of Draco Invictus will be played by me. My internet has gone dark 5 times in the last hour. Going to take off while I'm able to type this. Have a good evening, my friend. You are very... I'm sorry for your troubles. I know exactly how they are. Have a great night. And hopefully we talk this weekend or something. So, yeah. Take care. And as for everyone else that's watching, I'm going to maybe 3-4 minutes, take a break, stretch my legs, quick bio break, refill the cup, and then we'll be right back. So hang tight, and we will wrap up Dresden. What do you call a pudgy psychic? A fortune teller. Ah, yes, the fortune teller. Love it. All right. Let's take a look at this. So, we came... Was this the balcony that we were looking? No, this is the other way down. This is the balcony here that we were looking at. We were overlooking this room. So I think I want to go back and come this other way, make sure that we didn't miss anything over here. Let's do that. It took you a moment, but you got it. Nice. A pudgy psychic.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Books.
Let's shred them.
Tharuk Null.
I will see to your demise.
Oh, that, look at that. That's messed up. Are you guys gonna kill him or what? Thank you. Tharuk's spawn. Come on, get in there. Uh-oh. I ran out of level 1 magic missiles again. Dude, abundant casting is ridiculous. Oh my god. The amount of spells I can cast at first through third is just stupid. Oh. What are we dinging? Is it this? This wall, the wall is in place, looks fragile. There's a ghastly stench coming through tiny cracks. Athletics 28. Oh, save. Gonna get a little scum action going on here. Squeala? Squeala did it.
This way.
Where is it? There it is. All right, everyone hold.
I'll watch your back.
Don't you set it off.
I am helpful, am I not?
All right, there we go.
I hope you appreciate this.
Eluding target. +2 buckler grants its wielder +2 dodge bonus to AC against attacks with two-handed weapons. All right, interesting. Ooh, there's a vampire here.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
Tender touch. When you are wielding this +2 necrotic rapier, whenever you cast the vampiric touch spell, it deals 1d8 damage instead of 1d6. Interesting. All right, what else we got? There are old ragged books in rare languages on the shelf. Some of them are bound in leather, and it doesn't look like calf skin. It's a special kind of leather. Okay, so this does not loop around. This is the dead end. Yeah, we have reached the end of this path. That's all right. I'm glad we came over here. Just napping, I know, right? Oh, Heather. Oh, they're Heather books. Nice. All right, this is going to be a fight, I'm assuming. All right. Got a door there.
I crave for adventure.
Let's punch him right in the face, huh?
May I see your entrails, please? Let's have some fun.
No, Evoker, you're dead.
You are today's sacrifice.
All right. Oh, that is bolstered and... Oh, God, what's the other one I'm running? Heightened? What is that? Bolstered, empowered. Yep. Bolstered and empowered. So that is a level 4 spell. So, yeah, it's fully juiced. The only thing I don't have on it is maximized. And I don't have plans to take maximize. I think I'm going to find a maximized rod. All right. Oh, the banner. Oof. That hurt. Come on. There we go. Perfect. All right. What a hot mess this is. This chest. Oh, we're all exhausted, that's why.
This one was beyond me.
What? Try it again.
I am helpful.
Good job.
Bah, not this time.
You mean nah? There. We got 15 of those.
I am helpful, am I not?
Lesser bracers of archery. Really? Really? Oh yeah. Way of exhaustion. I can't wait until I'm just commanding piles of bones. Okay, so we've cleared this room. I guess it's time to go this way. Apparently we are not going that way. What did I miss? Must have missed something. Oh. Well, come on, get out of there.
No reason to pause.
No reason to pause. Are you sure about that? I don't even think I have like a dispel magic. Yeah, death ward.
Rely on me.
You gonna get out of there at some point? I do not have a dispel magic. Yeah, because dismiss spell is not the same. Yeah, I'm sure it will.
We'll make things right.
I got death ward though. I learned my lesson with that in Kingmaker. Is she just not going to get out of there? She just can't get out. Oh, there she goes. Oh, that's because the spell gave out. It's not anything that she did.
Certainly different from a simple massacre. The former is more bloody and performed with fingers out.
There we go. Good enough. All right. Time to check this side. There we go.
Open your heart to me.
Where? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that I actually need to disarm. Well, no, I want to disarm the trap. How do I get over there? Oh, there we go.
I hope you appreciate this.
No, not really. Not a whole lot there. Okay. So we still can't get through here. Or maybe, is it, do I have the key? Oh, I do. Okay. I just didn't realize I picked it up. I hate that they have that keyed. Oh, see what I did there? To the pick lock thing.
Well,
I'll carve my name
Shh.
into your flesh.
Now go. Very rude Minotaur. Alright. Let's keep going. Save. Oh wait. It's over here, isn't it? No. Oh, I'm out of it. Oh well. Everyone attack. Oh, nice trip. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Make every strike count. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh, they're still coming. Oh my god. Now that was a mess. I'm not going to get to him, am I?
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
This fatigue sucks.
Not this time.
What? She just can't do it? Well, that blows.
You're a good person. I like you.
Nope. God, who else has any trickery whatsoever? Got +3 here. She's at +20 and she couldn't get it done. Me. Alright.
Quick, else we miss all the fun.
5% chance. I guess I could just break the lock. Nope, couldn't do it either.
A bright future awaits us. Damn, it's just not my lucky day.
I guess we broke everything inside, huh? Well, that's a bummer. It's probably the best chest in the whole damn game. The dead bodies give off an unbearable stench. Yeah, I imagine. What now? Daniel. Time did not bend me, it seems. I will show you one of the secret old passages that were used when Citadel Dresden belonged to us. You'll get the Sword of Valor more easily this way. Perhaps the demons won't know about this passage. Alright. The demons. Excuse me. If you think about it, I've spent most of my life among them. I have to admit, there's something mesmerizing about them. A single demon might be weak or pathetic or cowardly, but when you see them as a collective, it isn't a mass of separate creatures, but a single great force, a tide which might be temporarily slowed but never stopped. The front lines of the abyss, here on the lands of Golarion, unstoppable, fanatical forward motion. We have something to learn from them, don't we? If I can use anything to my benefit, I will. You think this knowledge will help you? Don't you know what happened in the River City? It was full of clever people who knew lots of useful things, but when misfortune came, they understood nothing, and they all fled and lived by guessing, forgetting all their knowledge. Others would say such thoughts are dangerous, others, but not me. Here it is. The demons are hiding the Sword of Valor behind this door. Be wary. I heard them bragging about the traps that surround the banner. Magical, of course. The Sword of Valor is nearly impossible to destroy, and if they wish, they will drown the entire room in fire, destroying their enemies while leaving their trophy unscathed. There we go. Go now, and good luck. Words are hard. I didn't even know if I could do this down here, but apparently I can. So we're going to camp next to this pool of bodies. God, DC 27. It sucks.
It'll be tough getting a helmet to fit you, but we can't leave your head unprotected.
Just as long as it doesn't have a visor. Or how else am I meant to scare the enemy?
Alright. At least everyone's healed and the exhaustion's gone away. Save it.
This way.
Interesting. 2 acid sprays and a cone of cold. Alright. What do we get going on here? It's obviously a puzzle. Let's get the chest out of the way.
I am helpful, am I not? I hope you appreciate this.
Okay. So we're gonna just pick me. Oh man. Whoops.
Die! 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 I will see to your demise.
Everyone's been blinded. Fantastic.
Go for their heart!
stinking cloud on top of it. Man. This guy takes a beating. There we go. Okay. $52. All right. Cool. Not a problem.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
You can always get that one right. Oh, it went past it. There it is. So I got that one. But the other two are... Oh, man. Is there anything else in here? Probably not. Nope. Okay. It's just me and this puzzle. I have a feeling if I hit this again, that dude's gonna pop back up and kick our ass. All right.
So many thoughts, so little time.
This turns each of them one tick. That's the correct way for this one. That's not the right. Oh, wow. That was just total fluke that I got that.
I am helpful, am I not?
Evil Outsider's Bane Spear +2. The Sword of Valor is near. Done. Hey, who's making that noise? You just now noticed? Really?
Wherever my legs carry me.
Ooh.
I am helpful, am I not?
There are claw and tooth marks on the broken bones of unknown prisoners.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
All right. The legendary banner of the Crusaders is right in front of you. A drop of blood falls onto it from where? The wound on your chest must have reopened and is now bleeding again. You touch 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐿𝐼's holy banner to brush away the scarlet droplet when you freeze abruptly. All of a sudden, you're aware of your own powers. You are no longer a grain of sand resisting the countless armies of the abyss. You are something greater. Like 𝐿𝐿𝐼 once rejected her humanity to ascend and gain divinity, you are ready to take the first step on a path to gaining power. But what will your power look like? That's what my power will look like. Oh, nice. The ultimate ruler of undeath, the Lich is a being who has transcended the narrow confines of life itself. Powerful beyond imagining, the Lich can create limitless hordes of undead to remake the world to fit their vision. It's funny my goatee didn't change color. I like it. All right. So, for our ability, let's see here. Level 3. I think I want... improved abundant casting. Mythic spellbook Sorcerer. Now, I think I'm going to go with a skeletal marksman. I don't need another tank. I'm going to go with this guy. And then Lich powers. Let's go indestructible bones. Lich gain a DR 10 whenever an enemy lands a hit on the Lich. The enemy becomes cursed with decaying muscles. Under this effect, the enemy suffers a -2 penalty to attack rolls until the end of combat. Effects from multiple applications of this ability don't stack. We could get an undead mount. Oh no. That if I had an animal companion, it becomes undead. Yep, indestructible bones. We'll pick up Magic Devourer later. Is there... Path of Elements is fantastic. I wonder if that works with Magic Missile. Does that work with Magic Missile? I don't know. Now, because I don't think Magic Missile delivers elemental damage. I mean, not that it matters. Whenever Lich charges, no. Decaying Touch. All Lich's natural attacks, including the ones he makes in a polymorph, no. Lich gain a +4 profane bonus to attack. No. Whenever Lich activates this ability, all of his... No. Kineticist blasts. Nope. Nope. We don't sneak attack. We don't have a mount. Enchant items he wears with Bane, Living, and Nullifying. No. When a living creature takes damage from a spell cast by Lich, that creature also takes 1 point of damage to Strength, Dex, and Con, or 1 point of damage to Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. Lich can choose which ability scores will be affected. Wow. I like having a DR10. That's nice. And when an enemy does hit me, I get a -2 penalty to attack rolls. I'm going to go with Indestructible Bones. Alright, now we get some spells. Second level spells. See, I could be converting Scorching Ray. So if I come back over here and take that, Lich can change any elemental damage to negative energy. So how does that work? Is this just on? Because I could certainly bolster and do all that crap with the Scorching Ray. I think I'm going to do that. I get 1 spell, Scorching Ray. All right, 3rd level. Now I'm trying to remember if I took selective. Oh, Dispel Magic. Because we're getting Bone Shield. Right? Yeah. That's going to be fantastic. Siphon Life. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, Dispel Magic. 4th level spell. So you can do Controlled Fireball. Now, Enervation. Point your finger and fire a black ray of negative energy that suppresses the life force of any living creature it strikes. You must make a ranged touch attack to hit. If you hit, the subject gains 1d4 negative or temporary negative levels. Negative levels stack. Assuming the subject survives, it regains lost levels after a number of hours equal to your caster level. Usually negative levels have a chance of becoming permanent, but the negative levels from Enervation don't last long enough to do so. An undead creature struck by the ray gains 1d4 times 5 temporary hit points for 1 hour. So make sure there's nothing else that I want here. I want to go Enervation. Alright, 5th level. Man. I don't know what that spell does. It doesn't have a name. Oh, that's Fire Snake. That's what that is. Oh, see, there's Fire Snake there. Vampiric Shadow Shield. Spell wreathes you in shadowy energy and damages those who make melee attacks against you. Any creature that strikes you with its body or a handheld weapon deals normal damage, but at the same time the attacker takes 1d6 points of negative energy damage plus 1 point per caster level. If the attacker has spell resistance, it applies to this effect. When an attacker takes damage from the spell, you heal a number of hit points equal to 25% of the damage the spell dealt. Creatures with reach weapons are not subject to this damage. Racking Ray. That's medium range. Make a ranged touch attack against your target. Creature hit by this spell is racked by painful spasms as its muscles and sinews wither and twist. 1d4 points of dex and strength damage per 3 caster levels. Spell cannot reduce an ability score below 1. But here's the thing, is that it's a save spell, not a spell resistance spell. So I like that idea. Let's take that. Oh, we get another one? Oh, 2 of them. Spell's Life Bubble. Constant movable 1-inch thick shell of tolerable living conditions. Shell enables the subjects to breathe freely even underwater or in a vacuum, as well as making them immune to harmful gases and vapors, including inhaled diseases and poisons and spells like Cloud Kill and Stinky. That's cool. Yeah, so we got Repurpose. Oh, that's going to be fantastic. Exsanguinate. Oh, yes. Bone Explosion. Oh, perfect. Okay, what else do we want? Because we already get the 3 spells that I had thought about for 5th level, so... And we could take like Summon Monster 5. So many spells. Okay, what is Genie Kind? On casting the spell, you must choose one type of genie to transform into, selecting from Genie, Afridi, Marid, or 𝐂𝐴TN. 𝐂𝐴TN. You retain your basic physical appearance, but shift in some way to become more akin to the genie type you chose. While under the effects of Genie Kind, gain a +2 racial bonus on all saving throws against paralysis, poison, sleep, and stunning effects. +4 enhancement bonus to your natural armor class. You also gain a +2 enhancement bonus to Constitution. You're also unaffected by difficult terrain. No. You trap the target in solid ice. If the creature fails its save, it's paralyzed. If it makes the save, it gains the entangled condition but can otherwise act normally. Whether or not the target saves, it takes 1 point of cold damage per caster level each round it is paralyzed or entangled in the ice. A creature can break the ice with a successful strength check each round after receiving the effect. Alright, let's just go with more summons, you know? Because we're going to be using, like, repurpose. We're going to be using... Honestly, we may not ever use that if we just keep throwing out Bone Explosion and shit like that. I mean, because it can take both of our current metas. Yeah, this can take both metas. This can take one, which is probably what, Bolster? 𝐂𝐚𝐽, yeah, so. Deny death. What the hell does that do? You place a ward guarding the target from death. For the next 10 minutes per level, if the target dies, it's instead saved, but paralyzed until the end of battle. Interesting. Alright, next. 6 level spells. We get 1. And we have both that I was looking at, Bone Shield and Siphon Life. So we could do Chain Lightning. Or, no. Why isn't Create Undead on that list? Just saying. Grave Knight or a Guardian Armor. Ooh, Hellfire Ray. Phantasmal Putrefaction. 𝐂𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐴. So it would do 46 plus 1 point per caster level of negative energy damage. When I have an undead crew, 𝐂𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐴 is a massive healing spell. My guys are in the mix of it. Oh, just throw that shit down. Enemies taking all negative damage. My guys are getting healed by it. Oh my god. Yeah, it does want me to take Undeath to Death because I think I'm already getting that at some point. That's crazy right there when I think about that. Greater Dispel. You see, Create Undead is cool, but it's only like one thing. Circle of Death snuffs out the life force of living creatures. The spell slays 1d4 hit dice worth of living creatures per caster level. Those who are closest to the burst point of origin are affected first. All creatures with 9 or less hit die are slain outright, while creatures with more than 9 hit die take 100 damage instead. But again, if I don't have selective spell, which I can't remember if I took or not, I bet Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be able to pick more spells, so I guess I'll just take Greater Dispel now and just have it. Because I have so many spells that I can be throwing right now, it's not even funny. Wow. That is so much. You know how to deal with both mortal and immortal flesh. When used against an enemy, the spell deals 48 plus caster level damage to living targets and 2d8 plus caster level to undead targets. When used on an ally, it instead heals undead targets for 48 plus caster level and living targets for 2d8 plus caster level damage. Eyes of 𝐂𝐴𝐫𝐿. Your eyes become filled with unthinkable horrors. For 1 round per caster level, you gain a gaze, giving your enemies in 30 feet a negative level each round. Damn. Oh. Achievement unlocked. Path of the Lich. The wound on your chest closes, and the drops of blood spilled on the Sword of Valor burst into transparent flames. A wave of fire rushes out from the blood and across the entire banner, transforming it and emblazoning it with new colors. Power descends upon you, suffusing your mortal body, remaking it in its image. It fills your body up to the brim, breaking bones and tearing muscles while at the same time healing them. You raise your head, acutely aware that you will have the heavy, almost palpable shadow of death hanging over you from here to eternity.
Everyone will die? No one will be left? But this isn't what we're fighting for, is it?
Nothing bad has happened yet, right? You can still back out. Sure you can. And you will, won't you? Why do we need this darkness? Tell me. We don't need it to chop demons' horns off.
Now is not the time to linger. We can reflect on events later. Now is the time to act. And that Varrock's like, no, screw this, I'm out.
Mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts.
Milady, this creature is about to die. Shouldn't you?
Behold, 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐵. Behold the death I saw.
You see, suture? Shouldn't has no place here. I've waited for a very long time, but now the hour has come to turn my ideas into reality. I still have things to do in 𝐵𝐿, but you must leave. Go to the old laboratory. I have a special task for you.
The laboratory? I hate that foul place. But I dare not disobey you, milady.
Forgive me this little masquerade.
Oh. I would swear, and I need to look it up. And I'll probably look it up right after this stream. But her voice, that is the Witch of the Wilds. I would swear that that is her from Dragon Age Origins.
Before, I am Areelu Vorlesh, also known as the architect of the Worldwound.
God, that sounds like her.
Watch it. She's deadlier than a dozen demons. The betrayer of humanity. Her words are poison and lies.
You handled the power of the Sword of Valor well. Such artifacts are almost like living creatures, and they react to their own kind, shall we say. The Sword of Valor once belonged to a mere mortal who became a goddess. It seems to see something kindred in you. Touching you has left the sword irreversibly changed. Now it is your banner, not 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. Although perhaps it will still stop the demons from teleporting to the city as before.
Wherever you go, things change. Someone who lived dies, someone who died is saved. Objects that were one thing become another. Why?
Without realizing it, this mad girl just asked a very important question. But for now, I shall let you seek the answer yourself.
What happened to 𝐚𝐻𝐿?
The Oniel you freed from the dungeon was merely a mask. Sometimes I like to wear the guise of my fallen enemies, to study them from the inside. The real 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐿 has been gone for a long time, but unfortunately for her, not permanently. Her lot is far more frightening than the one I showed you. Perhaps you will learn the truth one day, but for now, it isn't necessary.
Visited me twice under another guise, here and in 𝐂𝐚𝐽 at the celebration.
Would you speak to me if I came to you in my true form? Well, this will never happen again. I no longer need to hide my face.
Wait a moment. You mean to say that on that terrible day in the square, our most honorable prelate, defender of the city against foes from within and without, stood shoulder to shoulder with Areelu Vorlesh herself, and he didn't suspect a thing? Forgive me, but it's just too sublime. Do great villains and deities often gad about in disguise like that? Perhaps we've all shaken the hand of a herald, maybe even 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, and we didn't even know it.
Quite. If anyone had told the prelate the truth, I fear his poor heart wouldn't have withstood the shock.
I was there, as were you. She made fools of us all.
True, true. But only one of us boasted that the queen and the goddess had personally appointed him to guard 𝐂𝐚𝐽 against enemies from without and within. Neither you nor I, as I recall, ever arrested anyone or had them burned at the stake for their supposed crimes, all while crowing that we could sniff out an evildoer at 50 paces.
You've helped me twice already in 𝐂𝐚𝐽 when we fell in the caves and here, pointing the way to the Sword of Valor. Why would a half-demon, Deskari's favorite, ever do such a thing?
I'm creating something. Building. Studying how the land lies. Laying the foundation. I am called the Architect for a reason. I'm not asking you to trust me. That would be unforgivably stupid. But I suggest, just suggest, that you search, analyze, think. What happened in old Sarkoris? What is the world wound? What is happening to you? Search for your answers, and for now, farewell.
And now we're fighting? Oh, hello. Oh. No rest for the wicked, huh?
I'll make short
Let's go.
work of this. Go out of my sight.
Sweet Lord. I know, right?
hurt my friends.
Into the fray!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Yeah, go up to the evoker.
Wide open.
Performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Anything else around here? Oh.
Aha!
All right. No one move.
You can trust me.
Oh man.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
I will fight.
Nikes.
The inheritors, guide my blade!
You won't survive me. Endure this.
Woo. All right.
I'll watch your back. I hope you appreciate this.
I spy? What do I spy?
Loots. That's what we spy. Lots of loots. All right. So it looks we're going to Citadel Command. What's down here? Nothing? Oh, that's where we came from. Okay. I see how they're doing that. Oh, I do have my skeletal marksman. Where is he? There he is. Hey, dude. Can I name him? No.
Trail me. Did we find trouble? No, they did. Let the attack commence.
Oh no, not Squeala.
How it feels.
No glory without risk!
Oh shit. Oh my god, look at all the friggin' spells. Wait, and I can't cast any of those right now. But we can do...
Die, die, die! Burn! Slice! Behead!
Been wanting to cast that spell.
All I see is blackness.
Is he not going to cast it?
I wonder what lies behind.
That's not cool. So apparently he's not going to cast it.
You won't stop us.
I will see to your demise.
Continue fighting everyone.
Make every strike count.
I've survived worse.
Come on. Ooh.
Rules are made to be broken.
Man, those are some stout,
Let's get to the exciting part.
some stout heals there. Why land? That's so weird. Alright, let's figure out to this corner. Just gotta be a small room, I guess.
Surrender or else.
There we go. Well, we're not missing any perception checks. So it doesn't look like there's anything else in this room. This room looks a little cleaner than the rest of the fortress. It's probably the warden's bedroom. Alright. Save.
Let's run, sweetie. Let's go. Why are you so slow? They're almost here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Don't you feel it? He's got that damn rag with him. I can't teleport. He's going to kill us.
If he kills us, then so be it. But this is my city, and I will fight for it to the end. And you, my love, you will be with me to the end.
Hello, 𝐚𝐻𝐿𝐿. Greetings, Mr. Misery Guts. It's us again.
You know, the cool thing, hi there, Mr. 𝐂𝐴𝐚𝐳𝐫𝐭. Digging the content. It's going good, man. Going really good. Man, enjoying the crap out of this game. Welcome to the chat, by the way. I was going to say, 𝐴𝐼nagho, the voice of 𝐼nagho, the voice actor. All the voice acting in this game is fantastic. I can't keep saying that enough. It's actually the same actress that played Lindsay in Kingmaker, which is a total shocker to me. That's crazy. And the chick that played the big bad, not the Lantern King, but the Fae chick, she is Wendog in this game. It's crazy. I think it's awesome. Okay. I wanted to kill you for a long time, Vaughn. Don't expect mercy. Oh no, first let's ask some questions. Tell me something, why? Why do you fight on the side of the demons?
You have the audacity to ask me that? I fight on this side because the other side didn't give me a chance. Yes, I made a terrible mistake and Dresden fell to the demons. The queen should have had me hanged. I deserved it. But she found a far worse punishment for me. False mercy.
I'm so glad this is all voice acted.
When she spared me that day, she said she wanted to give me a chance to make amends. And I believed her.
Lately I have been.
I've on my knees, shedding my blood for Mendev. Only been spat in the face for it. For 70 years, I watched generations of Crusaders grow old and die, never once changing their tune about staunting the traitor.
I did a playthrough of Pathfinder this year, and I'm doing this. But I also play other stuff. Like tomorrow night, I'll be doing some Phasmophobia, so that's kind of horror, ghosty, puzzle solving kind of stuff. I love RPGs though. Love RPGs. Even some of the action RPGs, like Dragon Age Origins was more of a CRPG, but now it's kind of moved into an action RPG, but that's okay by me. I'm fine with that. So, I actually started my YouTube channel back in 2016, doing build videos for Fallout 4. So that's how I actually got started in this whole content creation thing.
What else could I give for my mistake? What more punishment could I suffer? How could I ever deserve forgiveness? And one day, I realized there's nothing I can do. The Queen had doomed me to a lifetime of humiliation. When I grew desperate, I only had two choices. To become my own executioner and carry out the sentence she rescinded that day, or go over to the other side. Put yourself in my place. Imagine yourself in that position. What would you choose?
I would have moved somewhere else.
I don't know. I haven't had a particularly nice time either in the River City. First there was the fire, then there were lots of other things. But I'm not angry at the people. I know they didn't do it out of malice.
I am thoroughly sick of all this nonsense about good people. Does your charred little brain have any inkling of what's occurring around you? Allow me to enlighten you. The good person standing before you is personally responsible for the excruciating deaths of dozens of soldiers. The same soldiers for whom you claim to care so dearly. And you are still dim-witted enough to call him good?
Oh, girl. I should have followed your example dozens of years ago and found shelter in blissful madness. Maybe a feeble-minded beggar with no name and no memory would have been happier than the condemned traitor Staunton Vane. But now it's too late for that, too.
Aren't you getting tired of fleeing from me, Monago?
You have no idea how tired I am of you, mortal. But never mind. Today, we will finally be done with you. Right, Staunton? Right, sweetie?
You know, I once heard a peasant trying to convince his sick sheep to overcome her constipation and share her impacted torrent of crap with the rest of the world. The sheep was obviously very dear to the peasant, and he cooed and called her lambkin and darling as he described the process in graphic detail, apparently to inspire the beast. Well, listening to that wasn't half as stomach-churning as listening to your filthy demon mouth spewing honeys and sweeties all over the place. Ugh.
Monago, what's that on your face?
That's not your concern, mortal.
The Masters punished her cruelly for her failure in Canabras. As you can see, the leaders of the demons are as patient with their slaves as the Crusaders are with their commanders.
Sweetie, why are you telling him this? What does it matter? What?
Quiet.
I see you have quite a gathering of cowards and traitors here. Even Nura showed up.
You think I'd miss the chance to see Staunton wipe that grin off your smug face? For years, you self-appointed champions of good have treated us like dirt beneath your feet. If the demons will help us get our revenge, then we're with the demons.
Champions of good? I'm a lich, bitch. All right, so we have, yeah. I've wanted to kill you for a long time, Ben.
Of course. I regret nothing. But I'm ready to pay my dues. What about... Right. No point in wasting time talking. To arms!
Staunton. Whirling.
Stop whining! Didn't you swear your eternal love to me? Promised we'd rule Dresden together? Now shut your lying mouth and fight! Whatever end fate has in store for me, you will share it!
Nice. All right. We could punch him in the face with some battering blast. That's on. No, that'll just wipe out my people. Bone Shaker.
May I see your entrails, please?
What do you got, girl? Scorching Ray. Do. I didn't give him many offensive spells. Arrow of Law, on the other hand. Chaotic Evil. Oh, that's right, he's staggered. First round. All right. You still staggered? I hope not. Strength damage, damn.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The pain is excruciating.
Assist me. This is not my time yet.
Wow. Just got whooped. All right, everyone come here. Let's do this. Okay. All right, Lan, your turn. Let's see. We want to give him. Endless healing. Complete. Ember. She is going to get. I already gave her Ascendant Element Fire. I think I want Spell Pen Mythic. Oh, because I haven't given her Spell Pen yet. So let's go. Favorite metamagic. Empower. And that should be everyone. Okay, now we rest. Yeah. Thank you. That's what I thought.
A hedgehog has spikes to protect its soft underbelly. What about you? Come on. You can admit it. You lash out at anyone who gets too close because you're afraid of intimacy, right?
My carefully crafted facade lies in tatters. You have unmasked me. I am tormented by my comfortable, luxurious golden solitude. Incidentally, comparing me to a hedgehog was rather charming. From now on, you can call me that if you like.
All right.
Let's shake a leg.
Oh wait, that was supposed to be for me. That's all right. All right.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Who has it?
Are we in trouble yet?
There it is.
I want you back. Operane sentes.
You're a good person. I like you.
Skip the pleasantries.
Oh,
Meditate on your
also
mistakes.
need.
Might make you feel better.
What is it? Watch, he's missing another spell in his book. Yep, look at that. No, wait a minute. Where is it? There it is. It's supposed to be Magic Fang. But it never stays. I should have checked it before we saved. Or before we rested. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's what I'm seeing right now. But hey, we'll do what we can. All right. Let's see how this goes.
Quick, else we miss all the fun! This way. Wherever my legs
Let's
carry
run,
me.
sweetie. Let's go.
All right, we'll skip through all this.
You have what else could you?
I am.
Considering we just did all of it.
You know, I once heard a peasant.
Quiet.
You think that for years you self-appointed champions
Of course. Right.
Staunton.
Stop what?
surrender or else.
He can't do anything yet.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll cut you wide open.
Into the fray!
Damn it.
This is not my time yet.
Whomped. I do like the idea of them put her there, him there.
This way.
There we go.
So all time.
Let's run, sweetie. Let's go. Why are...
Hello, Minago. Greetings.
You have... What else could you...
I am...
Oh, girl.
You know, I once heard a...
Quiet.
You think I'd... For years, you self-appointed chick.
Of course. Right.
Staunton.
Stop what?
Save the last one for me.
I think we have to go after her.
Burn! Slice! Behead, yes!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I just fought her. Here they come. Bone shield, that's what I need to be doing.
Work! Work, you silly spell! I wonder what lies beyond.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, getting our butts whooped again. Alright, we're gonna get this. Okay, need to fix this one last time. Yeah, we'll go with that one, it doesn't matter.
Let's run, sweetie. Let's go.
Actually wanted to save there in the room, but it triggered this time.
Greetings, Mr. Miss.
You have... What could you...
I am...
Oh, girl.
You know, I once heard a peasant...
Quiet.
You think... For years, you self-appointed chick.
Of course. Right.
Staunton.
Stop!
Let's have some fun.
Okay, let's pick...
The light take you!
Okay.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Surrender, or else!
Damn it. Ripped through them way too fast.
All I see is blackness. This is not my time yet.
All right. I need to stop doing the same thing over and over again. Let's go with that one. Why is he up there? He shouldn't be up there. Alright, we'll go with that.
Quick, quick, else we miss all the fun!
Hello, Minago.
You have what?
I am.
Oh, girl.
You know, I once heard.
Quiet.
You think I'd... For years, you self...
Of course. Right.
Staunton.
Stop! What?
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Okay.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
Okay, Ember, yeah, you keep doing that. There it is.
This'll leave a bruise. Just sit here.
Damn it. Couldn't get to her fast enough.
About me.
Where is she? Why the hell has she been back here the whole damn time?
You stubborn ass! You want to die for a heap of rocks? Go ahead. I'm not staying here.
No, my dear. You are. You will either fight to the bitter end, or I'll break your delicate little neck myself with these very hands.
Are you threatening me, my mortal toy? Me? And with what? With the power I gave you. You ungrateful beast! Give me back what's mine. Take him, he's yours. And Dresden too. I don't care about this fortress or this half-wit. Oh, I grow so tired of you mortals. Your humdrum little passions, your constant squabbling, your incessant accusations and excuses. You treat each other like dirt. Push weaklings like these two into our arms. And then you have the audacity to accuse us. Come on, punish your traitors. I've seen it show countless times.
Thank you for your help. But you don't think this is going to save you, do you?
I will save myself. Take your filthy rag. Take your befouled ruins. You can make soup out of this moron for all I care. I've had enough war. We Lily two were created for tenderness and love. Stay away from me with your swords and shields.
So this is to be my fate. I've been betrayed by people and demons alike. Now my life really is worth nothing. But that doesn't mean you won't pay for it dearly. Come on, you scumbag! Kill me if you can! I don't care anymore!
Alright.
I regret that as well. She should have done it. But that's water under the bridge. We all make mistakes. Let's get this over with. To arms.
I will fight.
He's almost dead.
The spirits demand your blood.
Yeah, we'll take all of that. No idea why I'm moving so slowly. Well, what are you waiting for, you scum? Come on, finish me off. Kill me like you did Staunton, and be glad you defeated the villains. Just make sure you don't wonder whose fault it is that he and I were on Demon's side. Thoughts like that could make you lose your appetite. I want to know the truth. Here's the truth. I hate all of you. If I had been there the day Areelu Vorlesh opened a rift to the abyss, I would have gladly handed her the ingredients for the ritual. I put the pheromone-soaked cloth in your pocket. I wanted those hellbugs to eat your smug face off. I was the one who set the tents on fire that night, and I told the gargoyles who to grab. Every day I was in your army, I did all I could to hurt you. Oh, the things I would gladly do to you, and it would be but 1,000th of what you deserve. When I was 8, I was auctioned off like livestock. They used to stick They used a stick to train me to obey, like livestock. Did the paladins of Mendev help me? Of course not. Even when we passed through a Mendevian city, none of those warriors of good lifted a finger to set me free. Slavers aren't demons after all. The first time I came to the Wound, I wasn't seeking adventure. My owner dragged me here on a leash. You think the demons bribed me? I was happy to betray him. Without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return, I poured a sleeping potion into their soup pot, opened the gate, and waited for the demons to come and tear them all to pieces, and me along with them. I didn't care, but the demons saw the real me. They made me a cultist. They offered me a chance for revenge. Yes, slavery is evil, without a doubt, quelling the rabble into disobedience with whips and boots. How crude. Why can't these so-called rulers convince the masses to serve them willingly, with smiles and songs and adoration? That's how it's done in Mendev, after all. I'm sure if our coins had your likeness on them, Count, the common folk would be even more desperate to get their hands on them than they already are. Oh no, anything but that. Ruling is such a tedious business. I receive sufficient adulation already without the burden of a crown. Long may that unwieldy bauble rest on my dear cousin's head. I'm not letting this bitch go. You deserve this. Now can I loot her?
No secrets can escape my
Nice.
gaze.
I want to let me... Oh, there it is. Anything else we missed? Nope. I do believe that's everything. Wow, what a hot mess this is.
Missed me already.
Let's save that, by the way. Alright, how in the hell do we get out of here? Citadel's main floor. Perfect.
The commander of the Crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Dresden and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner he has won with such a valiant effort?
Banner over the Citadel. Nice.
Knight Commander! I know you have not had time to sit in on any council meetings in recent days. You've been so busy restoring order in Dresden that you've barely found time to sleep. However, there are some matters that require your attention. I am ready to report if you have a moment.
I'm listening.
Thank you, Knight Commander. Our march on Dresden took longer than expected. The demons had time to regroup after their defeat in 𝐂𝐴𝐵sal. Morale is low among our troops. The battle for Dresden almost turned into an utter catastrophe. If you hadn't struck a blow at the demons' military commanders, leaving the adversary without a leader, it would have been the end of our crusade. Queen Galfrey has already been informed and has sent a letter for you. In any case, we would never have won if it weren't for your amazing powers. The moment you raised the Sword of Valor over the Citadel, the light of it must have been visible all the way back in Mendev. And the banner itself, it changed after coming in contact with you. Anyone else would call it sacrilege. I don't know what to make of it myself. It's surprising and strange. You have changed, Commander. Both on the outside and on the inside. And the power you have, it frightens me. As a paladin and leader of the Eagle Watch, I must seek out and destroy the blight of corruption in the ranks of the Crusaders. But as a soldier, I see that you're winning. You are leading us to victory. Anyone who stands against you will only be playing into the hands of the demons. That cannot be allowed to happen.
I'm gonna go with the lawful one here because the evil one, I don't feel like threatening everybody just yet. Or maybe I do. Screw it.
Understood, Commander. We won the battle for Dresden, but this war is far from over. The demons know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city. Praise 𝐿𝐿𝐼 for small mercies. The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, 𝐼𝐿𝐼 is still prowling around somewhere out there. Anevia is trying to find out where that abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads. Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city. Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avestan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Dresden, inspired by your feat. And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
Airbreath shows you a sheet of paper with a list of 4 items. Demons with special powers, secret path, missing patrol, and dragon! What can you tell me about the demons?
Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp? He had powers that no ordinary demon should have. It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them. We must find out where they're coming from. Find the source of their power and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters.
Yet. Secret path?
We can usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the Grey Road from Eyes or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges, and cut us off from Dresden. Anevia is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her. She will tell you more about what she's doing.
Missing patrol?
Yes. It disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. We can't rule out the possibility of desertion, either. The troop was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlements of Sarkoris lie in that direction. But after the siege of Dresden, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search.
Dragon?
As if we didn't have enough problems with demons already. Now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat. But there's very little food in the Worldwound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of Crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Baylor in front of the Citadel during the siege? He is back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern. We might be able to help each other.
Is that all for now?
There are a few pleasant matters. At the Queen's command, the Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled, and medals will be awarded to those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know one of them, the Knight Elan from the Houndhearts. He led a troop of Nerosian recruits and brought them to the main forces, and later drew the demon's attention in the battle with the Baylor, allowing the wounded to be rescued. There is one more thing. As you know, there is a vast dungeon under Dresden. It's empty now. None of those imprisoned by the demons survived, and we don't have any new prisoners. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours, of course.
Oh, we're not burying him. Oh, I have my own plans for that corpse. Let it stay in the dungeon for now. I'll decide what to do with it.
Your own plans. As you wish. Commander. That day during the battle, No. My apologies. That is all, Commander. Thank you for your time.
All right. Wow, and we got to level up. What's up, little buddy? That is going to wrap it up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm going to go ahead and save it right here. I will be streaming more Wrath of the Righteous on Monday evening, 6 p.m. Central Time, right here on Twitch, so make sure to come back for that. Tomorrow night, if you're looking for something a little bit different, around 5:30 Central Time or so, I will be streaming Phasmophobia, and I'll be joined by a couple other community members, and it's just a good time. We scare the crap out of each other, have a fun time trying to chase down ghosts. So, yeah, it's just something cool to do because it's October, and yeah, we can just hang out and have a good time. So until then, you have a great night. This is Draco Invictus saying this has been the best day of my life. See ya.